This past weekend, I went to GSHA, which is the Georgia Speech Hearing Association, and they had a convention 2 days, Friday and Saturday. And this was my booth at SLP Templates. This was my third convention, second booth, and let me tell you, all of the work that we put in here really paid off. And I say we because I went live to do these letters like many times, and I did everything live. So all of you guys that I talked with, thank you. Sometimes you just need like somebody else to like talk to besides yourself or your dog coworkers. I have a lot of dog coworkers. So this was my booth. I had my letters that we made together. I had my iPad that really allowed me to like answer questions right away and like showcase the templates and like, here's what it does, here's what you can do. And so it was much more intimate. I also had it up here on my monitor, but it was like a little bit more disconnected. So I really prefer the iPad. I had my business cards here, which we designed in January, super cool. And then all of my templates. I think right now I have 9 major templates like that are available everywhere for sale, and then I've got like 14 overall, and we've made 14 in the past year. Ugh, can you believe it? So that is just a huge accomplishment for all of us. I feel like every month, every year that we're continuing to create these templates and like give feedback and get ideas, this library is just going to keep growing. With that library that's going to keep growing, one of the templates or one of the bundles that I have for sale is called the Ultimate SLP bundle. And once you get that, it's a growing bundle. It's a growing library. So every time I add a new template and it's for SLPs, which pretty much all of them are, you get access to it. So buy it once, you get access pretty much for life. Just throwing that out there. But so I had a rolling slideshow here on this middle monitor, which kind of gave a little bit more of like a 3D effect and something to draw people in. There was lots of movement there. I also had my music playing. I don't know if my neighbors appreciated that, but it got me in the mood, so I was like feeling better to like talk to people. And then this lamp was 100% vibes, although if you look at it, it is a boob lamp. I thought it was super cool. I saw it and I brought it in the car and I was like, oh my God, it's a boob lamp. Oh well, I think it's cool. It matched the vibes. This little thing is like a sheet protector binder. So I got an email saying, hey, if you need electricity for your booth, you need to like do this stuff. And I never got an answer back if I was going to have electricity at my booth, and I kind of need it, because I'm like promoting spreadsheets and I like need technology to do that. I don't need it. I found out the hard way because I forgot my freaking computer charger and my freaking monitor cord thing to like plug it in. So I didn't even have electricity. Anyways, I printed out all of my slides and all of my template pages just in case like I didn't have electricity, and thank God I did, because I didn't have it the first day. So people were also able to flip through that book. My booth didn't have a lot of cool stuff to like interact with. Like if you look at it, it's very plain, especially if there's no monitor there and there's no iPad. Like it's very plain. And I don't have a typically like speech related topic to talk about. So this allowed people that even if I wasn't there, like I was at the bathroom or I was going to a talk, or if they were a little bit more shy, they could interact with this little, I don't know, like a sheet protector binder thingy, and just look through all my different slides, look through all my different templates, and then ask questions from there. So that actually, and there's my dog asking for a treat. I taught him buttons. Okay, sorry, my dog was asking for a treat. So this ended up being the booth. I went to one talk, which was super awesome. It was all about caseload versus workload. And so I learned something completely new. I also have an idea for a template. So she basically talked about Miss Jill Barton. She's the lead SLP for the Atlanta Public School District. I don't know. Miss Jill Barton, super awesome. She did a conversation about caseload versus workload. So basically, in summary, and this is all available on GSHA, caseload is the number of clients that you have. Workload is everything else that you have to do, all of your paperwork, other things that you have to do just to complete your job, basically. So we talked a little bit about that, and then the idea was if you can understand. So basically, the idea is that if you understand your workload and you can effectively communicate that to your leadership or whatever, this is mostly for the schools, I think, then you can negotiate your pay. So GSHA actually has a spreadsheet calculator that you can calculate all this stuff. You can do that by hand, but I'm going to actually show you a better way to calculate your workload because it's like 56 different things that you can track. So I'm going to show you a much easier way to track it. And of course, you know I'm going to make a spreadsheet. Come on. So that was caseload versus workload. Very cool to talk about. I also, what else did I learn? This woman here that was next to me, her name is Katie, and she works for Paycom. I'm totally going to butcher this, but it's like the laparoscopic endoscope. I'm sorry, I'm totally butchering it. But anyways, you can look it up. It's Paycom. She was super cool. She's like, hey, I have an idea for you. So our new challenge is to learn and understand Medicare billing codes. I have heard from a couple SLPs, they work in the schools or they work private practice. They want to start their own private practice, but they're like, I don't know the billing. Girl. And I'm like, that is a huge barrier because who understands billing? I've tried to understand billing before. I totally failed. So this time we are going to try and understand billing, and we're also going to make a spreadsheet template so that you can view cap rates. You can see what codes go together. If you do this code, you also have to do this one. Just like a little guide. And this is all available on GSHA, but I want to make a template. So also talked with a woman about voice and swallowing. She has a spreadsheet, but she did not make it into a template. So I'm like, oh my gosh, people, we have the technology. So but the crux of her thing was there's all of the different voice and swallowing tests, and she has a template with a bunch of different articles, or she has an Excel spreadsheet with a bunch of different articles from research that she's done or just curated and collected. And when you input different scores, it spits out different levels. And so what she said in the talk was, I will not make this for you. You have to make this yourself. And she encouraged people to take pictures of it. So we're going to make a template for that. So we've got a lot of templates to make. We've got a Medicare billing template, which is going to be massive. And I imagine that this is going to take probably 2 to 3 months to make. Like, no joke. Once I understand the billing, that's what's going to take a long time. But once we actually make the template, boom. So that one, a voice and swallowing, like evaluation and scoring kind of thing. And then, the productivity and the salary negotiation. So really, really cool topics. I am so glad I went. I met so many cool people. And I will let you know more about what I learned in a little bit more detail. This is kind of like a high-level summary. Also, just so that I don't forget what I learned, because I know me and I will totally forget. So hopefully I will see you guys next time. For all of the following times that I'm going live, I'm probably just going to be learning Medicare billing. So if you want to come and join me and learn about Medicare billing, that is from the GSHA website and Medicare itself. Join me on all those lives because it's gonna be rough, and I would love some company because otherwise billing is not fun. Once we get to the template piece, I'll be so excited, but the billing is not gonna be fun. Anyways, that was GSHA, Georgia Speech Hearing Association 2024. I want to say thank you for if I met you at the convention, so glad I met you. Everybody was awesome. And if you don't get the chance to go, I highly recommend just kind of getting into one of these if you can. There's just so much cool stuff and stuff to learn and people to meet and all of these things, especially if you're an SLP to be or if you're a student. These are great. They're a little expensive, but they are great. So thank you so much, guys. I hope to see y'all next year.